Hello. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm trying a new way of doing the lives. Hopefully this will be able to make it more shareable, easier, and cut out some of the Facebook censorship crud we've been dealing with. I've got a lot of information to cover tonight, so I'm going to try to do it as quick as possible. I know you guys are busy. It's very late. Wow. I guess the first thing I'm going to start with is I haven't gone super public. A few of you know because I've shared it with a few, very select few people. I had quite an interesting experience at SeaTac with TSA. I'm looking at my notes. The big body scanner machine thing, I don't know what it's called. Don't care what it's called. Never going to experience it again. It alarmed on me. And they brought a female TSA agent over because of the area that it alarmed at, and she searched me. I was offered a private search or a public search, and I opted for public because I had no interest in being in a room with a female TSA agent searching me in that way and a male TSA agent supervising the search. So I opted for public. While that search was occurring, I didn't have to strip down out of my clothes, but I was very, very much searched in places that made me extremely uncomfortable. And as I was being searched, my laptop alarmed in the x-ray on the conveyor belt at the same time. The TSA supervising that held it up and said, "Whose laptop is this?" And I turned around and I said, "That's mine. What's wrong?" Now, please keep in mind, I'd only ever been on a plane twice, and I never went through anything like that. And I was to be perfectly honest, I was extremely distraught. I was upset. I didn't know what was happening. Obviously, I'm not a criminal. I'm not a terrorist. But my laptop alarmed because the compartment, or the amount of space between the bottom panel and the components was too large. Evidently, it alarmed as a possible explosive device, is what the agent told me. So they took my laptop. I followed them around a wall. They put my laptop inside an opening in the wall, and there was a large screen above it. And then the agent disappeared into a door and was gone for about 20 minutes with my computer. And he came back out and had another machine in his hand, and he was scanning the screen above where he slid my computer into this wall panel door. I don't know what to call it. I've never experienced it before. I honestly don't know what to call it. And he started scanning the screen, and that took him about 5 minutes, and he brought my computer back to me. And when I took it out to use it the next time, it's missing screws in the bottom. The component panel cover is missing screws and cracked. And when you open the component panel cover, there are fingerprints, dark black inky fingerprints on the inside of that cover, and there's screws missing out of the components as well. I don't know. As of this moment, I don't know. It will be being checked. I'm gonna have someone look at it and see if it can be fixed, because it hasn't been running properly ever since that. Programs opening in the background, specifically TeamViewer, and my antivirus keeps alarming at me. And so, yeah, that was my experience with TSA. I'm going to find out very soon what, if anything, was done to my computer. In the meantime, we've got a lot of business happening, a lot of things going on. So everybody knows about the anti-gun bills that are traveling through the state legislature. Okay, I was in Olympia for 5 weeks. I saw how the process went. We successfully filed House Bill 2103, thanks to Representative Matt Shea. He got it drafted and got it filed. We had 15 sponsors on that bill, and as of yet, it has not gone anywhere. However, I'm holding out hope. This might be naive hope. I don't care. That that somehow, some way, it will get a hearing before the end of session. If not, backup plan, break it down into initiatives and spend $5 for each initiative, file it, and get boots on the ground to sign it, to sign the petitions. Also, we have no less than 25 anti-gun bills that are still alive. They are still alive and making their way to the floor for a vote. So the assault weapons ban has stalled. It's killed. It's dead. It's not going anywhere this session, at least as far as from what I've been able to gather from the legislative website. However, we still have the high capacity magazine ban, high capacity, standard capacity magazine ban. We have the ERPO expansion, both to children under the age of 18, as well as what I was told today is that there's another expansion to make all restraining orders ERPOs, meaning all restraining orders, anti-harassment orders, I'm assuming, are included. Any order like that, even if it doesn't involve a crime, a violent crime, any order like that, you automatically, it includes an order to revoke firearm CPLs as well as firearm confiscation. Those are just two of them. We also have the bump fire stock buyback program. Destruction by Washington State Patrol on forfeited firearms, House Bill 1010. So I'm going to read through this whole list really quickly, and I'm assuming you guys all know what to do. Contact your representatives, contact your senators, say do not vote for this. The Republicans, it's my understanding the Republicans in Olympia are fighting these things tooth and nail. They are fighting their tails off. So we have House Bill, or substitute House Bill 1068, substitute Senate Bill 5062. We have Senate Bill 5016. We have substitute House Bill 1949. Substitute Senate Bill 5954. Senate Bill 5150, House Bill 1465, substitute Senate Bill 5174, House Bill 1589, substitute House Bill 1225. That's the one that allows them to take guns from domestic violence victims when they arrive at the call. Yeah, that one's happy. House Bill 1934 regarding concealed, the process for concealed pistol license renewal. House Bill 1465 also concerning concealed pistol license, but this is removing as a requirement for pistol purchase or delivery. House Bill 1786, surrendering due to various orders. That's the one that includes all restraining orders, even the ones that don't involve domestic violence or mental health. We have Senate Bill 5205. We have Senate Bill 5434. That's the lovely one that expands gun-free zones. We have Senate Bill 5181, prohibition after release from mental health evaluation. And we have substitute Senate Bill 5745, extreme risk protection order grounds 4. Protection orders, extreme risk, various provisions, substitute Senate Bill 5027. I already mentioned that one. And then we have substitute Senate Bill 5143, seizing firearms and ammunition due to domestic violence incident. And then we have House Bill 1381. And target shooting on DNR managed lands, Senate Bill 5099. Undetectable or untraceable firearms. Now, what's interesting about this is I am doing research right now for a paper at school involving the topic is national security concerns and how what effect they have on the American people. And during my research, I have access to the online database at my school, and that database directed me to some scholarly peer-reviewed journals that include information about a lot of things involving firearms, the history of a lot of these pieces of legislation and where they may have developed from and who's pushing them. Now, the undetectable and untraceable firearm prohibitions directly violates the settlement that was reached with the man in Texas who was releasing the plans online. This is a direct violation of that settlement. So that is House Bill 1739, substitute Senate Bill 5061. Okay, so you guys know what to do with that information, right? I believe that there's going to be a rush on these bills over the next week. They've got to get them through. They've got to get them to the floor for a vote. And we all know the Republicans are going to vote no, and the Democrats are going to vote yes. We need to tell them to vote no. That's what we got to do. All right? So the next thing is Ferguson, our happy Attorney General. He seems to, according to a few different media articles, he seems to have backpedaled a little bit, maybe. Either that or he's in a backhanded, twisted, sick way calling our sheriffs idiots. I don't know which yet. He responded to them with emails that he sent to all of them, clarifying the provisions, denying what 1639 does, denying that it's unconstitutional, denying that it holds the gun owner responsible if someone steals the gun, denying that we can be charged with crime if that happens, denying all sorts of information that's right there, plain as day in 1639, right there, plain as day. And I still don't have an answer about who will be acting on the state's behalf, where the state was added as added as an entity to local law enforcement. The state was added to approve or deny firearm applications and CPLs. Oh, yes, and they can review our records and revoke them as well. So I haven't gotten a question from him, an answer from him on that. I've asked it to him face to face. I asked it to him in a media interview, in a news interview. I have reached out to his office. I have asked one of his assistants. I have no answer to that question. So, yes, Mr. Ferguson. Also, for those of you who aren't aware, there are actual Washington state laws that Ferguson violated during the 1639 push. Ferguson himself is a criminal and should be disbarred and should be prosecuted as a criminal. So there's that. There are a few other elected officials that also meet that criminal criteria with their actions. There's a huge indication of conflict of interest with Ferguson, as well as certain committee chairs, and they're passing bills that they will personally benefit from on various levels and various topics, and this is not okay. So I will have more on that later. But these gun bills, there's 25 of them, are going to the floor for a vote. Okay. House Bill 1225 and I believe 1786. No, it was 1739. House Bill 1225 and 1739 both passed today. Both passed the vote. So that's over and done. I don't know where it goes in the process from there. I have had a hard time tracking down someone who would give me that information, and I couldn't find it on the website. So if you guys can call, find that info, that would be fantastic. I do have one thing that is slightly off the subject of gun rights that I wanted to talk about tonight as well. And that is, okay, so we have all these anti-gun bills. They're trying to take our guns away. We have the death penalty repealment, which also allows for the repealment of life in prison without the possibility of parole for those who have committed and been convicted of the crime of aggravated murder in the first degree. Aggravated murder in the first degree, the way that you get charged with that is you torture somebody or you rape them before you kill them, right? So we have twisted criminals that, they don't have to suffer in prison. They will be released into our communities. Oh, and guess what? Our communities don't get a say. We don't get to say, no, we don't want them here. Previously, where a county or a city could say no, 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 no. The state has removed our right to do that. So we have that. And so they're disarming us. They are releasing violent criminals into our communities. Okay. And then we have Senate Bill 5273. Guess what this is about? This is about the vote. All right. So it does a few different things. It changes the timing of the presidential primary. Now, this only applies to presidential elections. Okay. This only applies to presidential elections. I found out about this morning, and it flipped my whole lid. So it changes the presidential primary from May to March. Okay. The second Tuesday of March in each year. Now, this bill has already passed as well. This right here is headed to Inslee's desk for signature. Okay. One of the things it does is it changes the date of the presidential primary. It's all right. I can deal with changing the date of the presidential primary, kind of. But in section 3, subsection 2 of this bill, it adds new language. It says, and the arrangement and form of presidential primary ballots must be established by administrative rule adopted under RCW 29A.04.620 and in consultation with the major political parties. Guess what, libertarians? Guess what, independents? You get no say. Okay? Major political parties, Republican, Democrat. That's it. I did get that confirmed today. When I called several representatives to try to clarify and confirm that, and I finally got an answer. It is the two major political parties, Democrat and Republican. All right? But it doesn't stop there. Also in section 3, subsection 2, it strikes through, I don't know if you guys can see it. No, it's backwards. But it strikes through only the candidates who have, and then it strikes through qualified under RCW 29A.56.030 and adds new language. So it actually reads, only the candidates who have been submitted under Section 2 of this Act may appear on the ballots. Okay, so now remember, these are presidential candidates, so they have completely repealed the required qualifications for a presidential candidate and decided that the only qualification they need to have is they need to be submitted as a candidate by the state party board. Okay, so now you go to section 4, subsection 3. Okay, and again, I had this confirmed today by when I was calling representatives. Subsection 3 reads, voters who subscribe to a specific political party declaration under this section, oh yes, we must identify ourselves as a specific party before we can vote. Okay, and only the two major parties will have candidates on the ballot. Okay, so you got to vote Democrat, you got to vote Republican, and you have to vote the way you identify yourself. Oh, and you must identify yourself. Fun times, right? Voters who subscribe to a specific political party declaration under this section may only vote for a candidate of that party. So we can no longer vote the issues. We must vote for our party candidate. Okay? So the moderate Democrats and you Democrats that are out there, you liberals that are out there that usually vote Democrat that are fighting for our gun rights, if your candidate Inslee does not support gun rights, you still have to vote for him. You don't get to say, I'm not voting for him. Okay, it goes through all sorts of other things. And it's horrible. It changes the requirements for submitting our votes. It changes how they can be counted. Oh, and it also takes away the people's voice. So the ones that now decide who goes on the ballot as a nominee and who does not are the political party state chairs and board members. The people, the individuals We don't have a say anymore. The vote has become completely politicized. Okay? I don't know about you guys, but I don't like this. This bill combined with, so they are disarming us, interfering with our right to vote, and releasing violent criminals back into our society. Not to mention all the taxes. Oh yeah. I read a bill today involving a feminine hygiene sales tax. They're going to tax us because we're women. Because of something that we have no control over. Okay? Is that okay? No. They're also going to carbon tax us. They are pushing all sorts of stuff. My primary focus is gun rights. This vote will help the Democrats strip our gun rights. This bill right here, the voting bill, will help the Democrats strip our gun rights. Because in the primary, we must vote our party, not the issues. To me, that sucks. And if that doesn't suck in your mind, you may want to go to leg.wa.gov and search Senate Bill 5273. I'm not kidding you. Search that. These gun control bills. I listed off 25 at the beginning of this video. All right. These are the 25 of the total 60-something bills regarding firearms that have been submitted in our legislature this session. Washington State is coming at us, and they are coming at us hard. The Democrats feel that they cannot be stopped. They want what they want, and they are ready, and they know they can get it now. They have a majority in both houses. They have a Democrat governor who's guaranteed to sign their bills. That's a problem. That's a very, very big problem. Okay? Contact your senators. Contact your representatives. Focus on the Democrats. Okay? Every single Republican voted no on Senate Bill 5273. The Republicans have voted no on these gun bills. But they can't stop them without Democrats coming over to our side and seeing our point of view. This cannot be stopped without that. How we get that? You people, citizens, call them, email them, bombard them. Tell them we don't want this. Tell them you'll vote them out. Go, if you're over in Thurston, Pierce, or King County, go to their offices. All right? It's a 45-minute drive from Seattle. All right? Do it. Do it. If you can't do that, email them. Everybody gets a lunch break. It takes a minute or two to send an email. And when you do this, request a response specifically. Okay? I'm going to do my best to keep up on each of these bills and where it is and when it's scheduled to go to the floor. All right? I can't promise I can keep up on every single one of them. But our representatives that support us on the inside were energized when you guys called and emailed regarding House Bill 2103. Our representatives were energized. There's a new energy, and their fight is and resolve is renewed, and they are fighting for us. Okay? They are fighting hard for us. Give the ones that are supporting us a call or send them a thank you note via email. They need to know. Now, on to our sheriffs, right? Our sheriffs. We're not going to enforce 1639. We're not going to enforce 1639. Cool. You're not going to enforce it. What exactly does that mean? Okay. From what I can tell is that each sheriff has a different perception of what enforcement means. And some of them are documenting incidents. Some of them are not bothering about it. Okay? So I'm hoping to get some clarification on that this week. I've reached out to several sheriffs and just to ask them, what exactly does not enforcing look like? And I will keep you all updated about that. So contact your sheriffs. Tell them thank you for taking a stand. Ferguson is coming at them, and he's not being nice about it. Ferguson needs to go to jail. Flat out. I don't care. I will say it. Ferguson, you need to go to prison. You're a traitor. And you're a liar. And you don't represent the people of Washington State. 1639 was passed by 60% of 23% of registered voters. That is not 60% of Washingtonians. And those percentages are very, very low in Eastern Washington. You do not represent Eastern Washington. You do not represent the will of the people of Washington State. Even over in Thurston County and King County. You're completely ignoring the rest of us. That's not right. And it needs to stop. I hope Ferguson sees this. I really do. Because I mean it. Ferguson, cease and desist. You're going to jail. You've committed crimes and you have violated your office. You have abused your power and you have violated your oath. As far as I'm concerned, you're a traitor. So, that's what I have for tonight. Please feel free, come visit our website. We've got our website up and running. We are an official nonprofit registered with the Washington Secretary of State. We are pursuing our 501c4. We are able to take donations. They aren't tax deductible yet, but we are able to take donations. Please go to our website at Silent No More. One second, brain spasm.
Silent No More 1639.
Silent No More 1639.com. I'm sorry, I have a lot of websites in my head right now.
And there's an event calendar.
There is a, yes, I will tell them about the event calendar too. That's my husband. He does all my behind the scenes computer stuff. There's an event calendar there. All of our announcements that are posted to the Facebook page will also be posted there. Also, there is an RSS feed from the state legislative website, which is updated daily, which is accessible from our website too. Silent No More 1639.com. Go there. Thank you, Victoria. Go there. Check it out. We take donations. We have ditched PayPal. Bye-bye, PayPal. And all of your donations are 100% secure. Our forums are fixed. And we are ready and raring to go on that site. We haven't gotten our weekly newsletters going yet, but we're working on that. There is a place where you can sign up to receive that. Please feel free to donate $5, $10. Our initiatives our initiative campaign is going to cost money. Our referenda against all of these gun bills, I have been preparing referenda for each of these just in case they make it through and pass. All right. All of those things cost money, and we run Silent No More's organization runs on your donations. We do not take from major businesses. We do not take from corporations. And unlike Ferguson, who claims not to take from special interests, we represent the Second Amendment. We fight for the Second Amendment. Everything we do is for the Second Amendment. So that's where our funding comes from. All right. And that's where it will go to. Our initiative campaigns, our referendas. It will go to printing off materials. Also, we're working on getting some merch put out. And I need to pay to file our logo as a trademark. So lots of stuff. Every little bit counts. $5, $2, $1. If everybody gave just a little bit, we'd be able to do a whole lot. I'm going to log off. You guys have a good night. I will be back with another update later this week. Go visit our website. Check us out on Facebook. Facebook, hashtag Silent No More, all capital letters. That's our group. And our public page is Silent No More.
Wow.
The URL.
It's @Silent No More WA.
@Silent No More WA. I haven't got all the links figured out yet because they all just got fixed and up and good. So check us out on Facebook. Check us out on our website, and we're gonna have lots of information posted on our website. So you guys have a good night. I look forward to seeing you all later this week, and I will have updates as I receive them.